What's up guys, Dana Lynn Bailey here, and today I have 5 intensity techniques for greater muscle growth. And if you stay to the end, I have a really good finisher that you can do at the end of all of your workouts. And you'll be toast. All that coming to you.
Dana Lynn Bailey.
Let's go! Do what I do! Work like I still got something to prove! Let's go! All I do! Work like I still got something to prove!
I haven't even said a line yet. Alright, so obviously, if everyone knows that if you go to the gym day in and day out and you do the same exact thing over and over, you're gonna plateau at some point. Maybe that works as a beginner, but if you have been training for a very long time, you need to trick your body sometimes. You need to add some intensity techniques. You need to progressively overload your muscle. And you can progressively overload your muscle with 1, weights. You can add reps, or you can also add intensity, and that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be changing up your typical 3 sets of 10 to 12 or however many you do, and we're going to add a little spice to your training. So the very first one I'm gonna give you, it's one of the most popular ones, I think everyone does, is a drop set. So basically a drop set is exactly what it says. Drop set, you are just dropping the weight. So maybe I pick a rep range for that first set, which is your heavy set. So maybe my first set's right here, and I do, let's say 10 reps here. I go to almost failure or complete failure. If I can't get a rep, cool. That's my cue to move down in weight. So I get my 10 reps, and then I drop. Usually I drop by like 30%. You can do a single drop, you can do a double drop, you can do a quadruple drop, you could do 7 drops. You can run this entire rack. If I started down here and just kept dropping. But like if you were doing a double drop set, so I do my heavy set, I drop by like 30%, be about here. I do another 8 to 10 or until I can't go anymore, or until my form starts to go, and I can drop again. Bah, bah. So the whole purpose of that is just to extend your set. So you're still getting that heavy set, but now we're adding more volume, more intensity. Anytime you add weight or add reps or add extra sets, which it will also be time under tension because you're extending your set, that's better hypertrophy, more muscle gains. All right, while we're talking about drop sets, this is one that I think nobody does. I call these upsets. Your muscles are gonna be a little upset with you when you're done with this. So an upset is basically the exact opposite of a drop set. So instead of dropping weight, you're gonna go up in weight. Usually I'll pick like a rep scheme. And for your upsets, you're not going to complete failure on those first ones. So usually my rep scheme is like 15, 12, 8. Upsets, I'm going to start with my lighter weights. So you're basically pre-exhausting till I get to my heavier weight. So I start with, let's say 15 reps with my lighter weight. Bum, 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 bum. You get like basically a little second to let the blood kind of cool down for a second, but I go immediately to a heavier weight. And now I'm going down in reps. So now I'm doing about 10 reps. When you get to your heavy weight, mine, I usually try to go anywhere between 6 and 10 reps for the heavy weight. You're pre-exhausting, so when you get to that heavier weight, you don't necessarily need heavy weight. If it feels hard, your muscles don't know the difference between a 30-pound and a 60-pound as long as it feels hard. So we're making lighter weights so much harder. And then you'll go through and get out your last 8 to so reps. And again, that one, you go to failure. Just a different way of completely tricking your body. You don't always have to drop the weight. switch it up on your body and do an upset. Because I'm telling you, your body will be upset afterwards. All right, third technique is something that I really like to do maybe on the last set of things. This is something that I like to do on like bench press, specifically if I have a partner watching me. So rest pause is number 3. So rest pause, what you're gonna do, you have your rep range. It's probably anywhere between 6 and 10 reps. Your last set, you're gonna go to complete failure, and you're not gonna move the weight at all. So we're not drop setting, we're not upsetting, we're keeping the weight stagnant. So I do 6 to 8 reps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I take a 10 to 15 second little break, really short, and then I try to rep out a couple more. Maybe you don't get 6 to 8 that time, maybe you get 5 or 6. Take another break, 10-second break, try to get a couple more, 10-second break, try to get a couple more, literally until I can't go anymore. Do you have to do it that way? No, you can maybe set it up, be like, okay, well, I'm gonna do 3 rest pauses. You can do it 8 times, 10 times, however many you want until you can't go anymore. So just another tactic to not only prolong that set, more time under tension, and you're just getting more volume. More volume equals more gains, better hypertrophy, more muscles. Rest pause. All right, fourth technique is, are you done? Oh my God. Fourth technique is manual resistance, partner manual resistance. So the only negative to it is you need a partner. So this is a great way to completely exhaust that muscle. I usually do my regular sets, but the last part is you get your partner and they're standing on this side. I wish I need a stump double. I need a person. I need another me here. Yes. So I'm gonna go up and you're gonna put your foot on it. Now push against. So you're pushing down, I'm pushing up. And the cool thing is with this, you can go both ways. You can do it on the concentric and the eccentric. So the concentric is on the up and then eccentric is on the negative. He's gonna be pushing against, I'm resisting on the way down, and then on the way up, you can do the same exact thing where he's pushing down, pushing against me, and I'm pushing up. You can even add in iso holds where maybe you're just holding at the very top and your partner is pushing down and you just are static holding. There's different variations of how you can do this. Basically, until I can't go anymore. There will be so much blood in your quads, or if you do it on lateral raises, which is also a really good one, there's no other way but to grow. So adding some manual resistance on the concentric, eccentric, or even doing iso holds. Add those in for all of your muscle gains. And they are very painful. They are very painful. All right, the last one are negatives. The eccentric portion of your lift. So concentric's when you're contracting, eccentric is when you're lowering or you're relaxing. And you're generally twice as strong on the eccentric. You can actually just train the eccentric and you could load up. So let's say you're on a bench press. You need a partner for this. I could deload 315 probably very easily, but I can't press it. But I could get super strong in that stretch phase. I'm still working muscles, it's just you're working them in a different way. Now the other added bonus to working negatives is time under tension. The more time under tension, the better hypertrophy. And you also don't need to go as heavy. If I can make an exercise harder without adding a bunch of weight, I'm all for that. Adding eccentric negatives is a good way to do that. Like a lat pull down. You're gonna bring the bar down, because this is the concentric, and then you can determine how slow you wanna go up. You could do a quick one where it's like 1, 2, 3, and then back down. Or what I like to do is I do like 5 seconds to 10 seconds. 10 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then you want to time it that when you get to 1, that's when you're right about to extend. Timing will be very important. So time under tension, and then really focusing on letting that muscle stretch, but then keeping it super duper tight throughout the whole range of motion. Greater time under tension means, you know it, hypertrophy, which you know it is muscle gains. All right, we're gonna finish this out with a finisher. So if anyone has ever heard of German volume training is 10 sets of 10. Now, we're gonna do German volume training on acid. No! All right, we're doing German volume training. So we're doing 10 sets of 10 with only a 10-second rest between each set. So you're basically doing 100 reps in, I don't know, maybe 3 minutes, 2 minutes. If you want to know what pumped feels like, you can do this on literally every exercise. You could do it on squats, you could do it on bench. Any exercise that you can actually think of right now, you can do this. So 10 sets of 10, 10-second break in between. So you obviously you want to start really light, and the first set's probably going to feel easy and you're like, oh man, I should really move up in weight. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you have a stopwatch, it'll be more accurate. Then you just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my God, I gotta go. 1, 2. And by the third set, you will most likely start having like a little tear come to your eye. And by 4, the tears are streaming and the legs are shaking. Yeah. And then you're like, holy crap, I need to strip the weight off. So the first 1 or 2 sets feel easy, but after that, 10 sets of 10, 10-second rest in between, and then you will be dead on the floor. My legs will probably be 15 times the size. Okay, it actually is starting to suck a little bit.